I've been thinking a lot lately about self-reliance. Not to say that we shouldn't be at all reliant on others. On the contrary, I believe interdependence is a really lovely way to live. Whether you zoom in or out, you will always find that life on this planet is an intricate web of interdependence. Take, for example, the symbiotic relationship between mycorrhizal fungi and tree roots and beneficial microbes and insects. One simply cannot thrive without the others. We like to think that we can go at it alone, but it is precisely this hyper-individualism that has loneliness at epidemic proportions. The pandemic only exacerbated an already existing issue. We are undeniably social beings. Everything about our physiology is wired for human connection. We need each other. Interdependence is the heart of resilient communities because each member depends on one another for a service or product. Collectively, they function as a self-sufficient whole, not relying on trucks from away to supply them, but instead relying on their neighbor, the blacksmith, or the herbalist, or the farmer. Integral to the functioning of these self-sufficient communities are individuals that have useful skills. It is alarming to me how many useful skills have quickly been forgotten due to technology, and I think loss of practical know-how is threatening our ability to form self-reliant, resilient communities. It really only takes a couple of generations to lose valuable knowledge that was passed down with great care over the ages. And that is what I think homesteading means to me. Being a reservoir for old knowledge of ways past that I don't want to see lost. And I cannot wait to get started building a base from which to explore such things. My partner and I bought 10 acres of land last winter, and it's something that we are both really excited about because it's been a goal of both of ours for a really long time and something that we worked really hard to achieve. And it also took us, like 3 years before we found the right piece. So it was a long time coming. In the beginning, we all we could afford were pieces of swampland, essentially, really wet, dark, north side of the mountain type pieces, not really sufficient for doing the things that we want to do, which include homesteading, farming, raising animals, growing vegetables, and we really lucked out. We found 10 acres on a ridge with an old overgrown field. It was farmed back in the 80s. An old granite foundation that we plan to build a barn on, and an old hand-dug well. It just has a really good feeling to it, and we're both really, really excited to get going on it and get started. And so over the past year, we've been thinking about what kind of structure we will build first. And we've settled on the humble yurt because it is the most affordable structure, really, that we've come up with. We figure we can build it for about $1,500, and we can live in it all year round if we insulate it and have a little fire. It's rustic for sure, but it's really doable. And also, we can start working on it since it's so transportable. We can start working on it now this winter, and that's a really big goal that we have this winter, to get that yurt built. I'll be sewing the canvas cover, and he'll be building the structure. And, to be honest, neither of us have any experience with this. I mean, he has some building skills and I have some sewing skills, but we've never embarked on such a project such as this. And I plan to film it because I want to make this kind of knowledge available to you all. I want to empower people to build their own structures. This day and age, there's so much housing insecurity. I've experienced it myself, and it makes me really sad to see people just struggling to find a decent place to live. And I think that the yurt really has a lot of potential to increase housing security, at least for those of us that live rurally and have a place that we can set it up. And there's not a whole lot of information out there about how to build a yurt. There are workshops that you can go to, but as far as online, there are some articles and some plans that folks have made available, but they're not really detailed, and I like really thorough instructions. I like to know all the things that could go wrong, all of the things that I need to do precisely or else they won't work out. And that just doesn't exist. So it's something that I'm really, really excited to share with you all, share with the world. And I think that we all can benefit so much from not having to worry about where we're going to be living. That takes up a lot of mental energy. I know firsthand, I probably haven't unpacked all of my things for, I don't know, gosh, I want to say a decade. I've had stuff in bins, in storage units for, the better part of my life, and it causes a lot of, distraction and just mental clutter to not know where all of your things are, to always have to be searching through bins and to be moving your things and finding a place for them and trying to squirrel them away in makeshift places. And I imagine that it is so settling and soothing, and just, one less thing to think about, to have filling your mind space, to just have your things have a place that they'll be safe. You don't have to worry about them, you don't have to move them, they're just there. You know where to find them. And I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to sharing my journey with you all. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.